Hi guys, so welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Mary. I live in Indiana with my husband Nick and our two dogs. They're both Boston Terriers. They're named Albert and Edie. This is a new series that I wanted to do. I just started watching on YouTube. I guess a while ago there was like a popular thing going around where you tag somebody to do a video about baby names they love but aren't going to use or something like that. So I just sort of stumbled upon some videos like that, and I love baby names. I don't know why. I don't want to have babies. I just live vicariously through other people and their babies, like doing photography and stuff like that, and that is totally enough for me. I have Albert and Edie, and that's all I need. So, but ever since I was a little kid, I have had this like just love of baby names. I like seeing them written out. I like hearing them. I like putting combinations of names together. I really enjoy baby names. So I thought that could be a fun little mini series I do every month, just once a month. Make like a fun list of baby names within like a theme or something. Also on my Instagram handle is girl with the flower tattoo, because I have a tattoo. And I have a stories collection of baby names, and I always put like some little explanation about it or like whatever. So check that out if you like baby names. I do that more than once a month generally. I was doing it a bunch there for a while, and then I started doing YouTube, and it kind of went to the wayside for a minute, but I've started doing it again, and I have a very long list of names I want to put into that collection. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the list on my phone, and I'll also put the names down here so you can see them written out, because that's half the fun, I think. So for October, and I'm getting this in just under the wire, I just decided like Saturday that I was gonna start doing this series, so it's October 31st, so happy Halloween. But my October theme is like fall, autumn kind of names, and then names that have something to do with like being grateful or thankful, just to kind of tie into next month with Thanksgiving. I thought that might be fun if you're having an October baby. It might be fun, or November baby, to have some names that sort of reference like thankfulness or something. And some of these names are names of my friends' children, just because I think they're beautiful. So let's do it. Alright, so first on the list is Nanette, which means favor or grace. And I actually just met somebody named Nanette the other day, and I thought, man, that's such a pretty name. I love that. I find that a lot of these names are girl names. But I feel like girl names, you just have a lot more options for some reason. Anyway, so, alright, so the first name on the list is Nanette. The next one is Mariah, and it's like a Hebrew name. I looked it up. It doesn't really have anything to do with fall or thanks, but I feel like it just sounds fall-y. Like, it kind of takes me back to like Little House on the Prairie or something like that, and that always just feels kind of fall-y because of the farming and like, I don't know, fields, that sort of stuff just sort of reminds me of fall. I don't know if that makes any sense, but and the next name is also for girls, and it is Colleen, which is an Irish name meaning girl. But when you think of Ireland, don't you just think of like cloudy, rainy, windy kind of weather, which it is like literally today. It is very fall-y, and in the fall it's just clouds and rain and chilly air, and it's just very sort of romantic, and I feel like Colleen fits in that sort of fall feeling. The next one is a boy name, and it is Hunter. It just sort of feels fall-y because I feel like people hunt in the fall, but also Hunter Green is like a really pretty fall, wintry kind of color for for like Thanksgiving and for Christmas. Hunter green is really pretty. This next name just sounds so beautiful, and for some reason all three of these names, there's three names I'm going to share with you that are actually three, quiet baby, the three names of one of my good friends' three little girls. So the first one is Miriam Delphina, and I think that is absolutely gorgeous. It's so vintagey. It just, Miriam, it kind of goes along with Mariah, like it just feels kind of like Little House on the Prairie, like fall leaves, that sort of thing. The next one is Winnie Rose, and Winifred, she spelled it with a Y in this case, but Winifred means joy and peace, which I think goes really appropriately with Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And then the third name is Gertrude Magnolia, and Gertrude, I just love that name, and you never hear it. Like, I don't know, I just love it. And there's a Bewitched episode where one of Samantha's friends' name is Gertrude.
What is it? You have some single girlfriend who's looking for a husband?
Well, there is one lovely girl I know. Gertrude.
Do I know her?
You met her at the hospital benefit.
Oh. Was she the one with,
No, that's Lola.
Was she the one with,
No, I think you're thinking about Nancy.
I am thinking about Nancy.
Forget about Nancy. Think about Gertrude.
And Darren kind of makes fun of it because it's like a homely kind of name, but it just feels so fall-y and pretty. I love Gertrude. That's a great episode too. You should watch it if you have if you have access. And then Magnolia is just beautiful. That's a beautiful name. Another boy name is Aspen, which one of my friends on Instagram responded to a question about like what your dream name is, and one of her names was Aspen, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. It's along the Christmas sort of route also, but I think it would work just fine for a fall-y Thanksgiving kind of name. It's really, really beautiful. Man, I'd love to think of some middle names for Aspen. It's so pretty. Anyway, the next one is another tree name. It's Maple. And you never hear that, but I love it. Like, I feel like Mabel is kind of getting more popular, and if you didn't want to go super popular, you could use Maple instead, which I think is really beautiful. Okay. Another name that sort of evokes like a color of fall would be Scarlet. Like, I see so many trees right now that are just a beautiful deep red color, and I think Scarlet is such a beautiful name for a little girl, but also it's very wearable. You could totally grow up with Scarlet, and it just feels so fall-y. Another sort of unusual name is Clove, which I really like. It's like a spice that you use with cooking and stuff, and it's very popular to use it in other countries, I'm finding. There's like a thing in Sweden. I just watched a really cool YouTuber's channel, and she was talking about traditions in Sweden for Christmas, and one of them is to put cloves into an orange, and you can use it as decoration, like put them all in a bowl, or they also hang them from windows and use them as those sort of decorations. But Clove, I think, is just a really sweet little nature-y kind of name, like clover or something like that, but Clove is definitely very fall-y. Another one is Rain. You don't hear Rain too often. River is very popular right now. I've seen lots of rivers. But Rain you don't see very often, and it's very fall-y. Like, when I think of fall, I think of trees changing color and rain, which is exactly what today is like. It's just very rainy and cold and windy, and all the trees look beautiful. So that evokes a really fun fall feeling, and I bet you could pair it up with some really fun middle names that also lend to a very fall-y, sort of whimsical name combination. So think about that. If you have a good middle name for rain, comment below and let me know, because I bet you guys could come with some really good ones. Another spice is the name Ginger, which I love the name Ginger. We actually named at least one of our cats, or maybe it was my mom's cat. I can't remember, but I feel like I've had at least 1 to 2 cats that are named Ginger, and I don't really know why. As a kid, I had no idea what ginger even was, so, but Ginger just sounds really, really cute, but it could also be very grown up. I think it's great. I love Ginger. And then the next couple are more speaking to the weather that comes around during the fall and autumn time. One is Cloud. You never hear the name Cloud. I've listened to a bunch of books about different Native American cultures and things, mainly the Lakota culture. It's my very favorite to listen to. And the guy who wrote the books also narrates them in the audio versions, and it's wonderful to listen to. It's wonderful. And there's a particular story in those books in which one of the characters' names is Cloud, and his wife's name is Plum, which I think is so beautiful. But I'm going to save that one for a different list because it's not super fall-y. Maybe in the spring that can be a name for my spring list. So Cloud, I think, is really pretty. And then also Stormy, which I've seen 1 or 2 people on Instagram who have named their babies Stormy. I also knew a girl way back in the day in like kindergarten who had a little brother named Stormy, I think. Pretty sure I think it was a brother. I guess Stormy could work for a girl or a boy, really. And then the next one, I put a combo. I love this name. If I had babies, which I am definitely not going to, really don't want to, the name Meadow Wren, I just love that name. Meadow Wren, like a little bird, which I love because my maiden name is Bird with a Y, but like Nick will sometimes jokingly call me Little Bird and stuff like that, just as pet names and whatever. And we also call Edie Little Bird just because of my maiden name, and she's such a sweet little lady. So I think Meadow Wren it might be super hippie. Oh, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. Meadow just seems to evoke like a very chill, put together human being, which I would hope for if I was making another human. This next one is actually my dad's name, and I've always loved it. I think it's very cool. And then I saw a commercial where you can like register for wedding gifts or something at this website. But the name is Zola, and my dad's name was Zola, which I just think is really pretty. And it actually means earth, which works perfectly for fall because you're like farming and all that stuff. So I think Zola is a really cool name. Maybe not for a first name because it is that sort of wedding registry website now, which is a bummer if you like that name, but if you like it, you just do it, you do you. And then the last one is a little girl's name, and it is Poppy, which seems like it's pretty popular. I know that I've seen that couple on TLC. They have a little girl named Poppy, and they just had a little boy. Oh, I can't remember what that show is called, but it's great. And their little girl Poppy is such a little firecracker. She is just adorable and just so full of excitement, and she's a little whippersnapper. So, plus poppies are that beautiful red color that you see in all the trees and stuff right now. So I love that name for a fall baby. So that is my October list, and very shortly I will have a November list because November starts tomorrow, which is crazy exciting. And Saturday, I'm just not gonna go on a Christmas tangent, but Christmas is coming soon, so I'm super pumped. And you better believe that I'm going to do a Christmas themed, winter themed baby name video in December. So look for that, because that's definitely coming. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and I would super appreciate it if you would subscribe. There will be more baby name videos coming out soon. Every month I'm going to post one, and I would love to hear what your favorite names are, your favorite fall names, autumn names, Thanksgiving themed names, or if you have an awesome middle name for any of the names that I listed, or just pair them up however you want. If you have a great first name to go with one of the names that I mentioned as a middle name, I would love to hear that. I love baby name combos. I just love the way that they sound and they flow and they look next to each other. It's so weird, but I love it. I love it. So, and it's so fun to write baby names. Does anybody else really, really love that? I don't know. I love writing in general. Like, I prefer to write everything than to put it in my phone, like type it out. Maybe I'm just old school like that. Please do leave me a comment below. I love to read your comments. Just makes my day when I get a comment on my videos. So thank you again so much. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Happy fall! Say bye. Bye, guys.